What happens when one of the most legendary two-stroke bikes of the 1980s gets reimagined for the future? You get the 2026 Yamaha RD500LC Classic, a stunning blend of retro soul and modern engineering. In this video, we're taking you deep into everything about this highly anticipated return, from its design language and mechanical updates to the feel it delivers on the road. This isn't just a motorcycle, it's a time machine with fuel injection. Let's start where all great motorcycle obsessions began, with at first glance. The front of the RD500LC Classic is a masterclass in respectful retro design. Yamaha kept the iconic square headlamp from the original, now updated with LED internals for better visibility without changing the aesthetic. The front fairing wraps tightly around the chassis like a throwback to the racing days of the 1980s Grand Prix circuit, complete with period-correct graphics. The turn signal sits subtly just beneath the fairing edge, as a modern in function but holds cool in form. And let's not ignore that beautiful brushed aluminum front fender. It's as much a nod to authenticity as it is a statement that Yamaha hasn't forgotten what made the RD500LC a cult favorite. Swing to the side, and the lines are unmistakably road. The proportions are eerily similar to the original: compact, muscular, aggressive. Yamaha re-engineered the twin spar frame using a lightweight aluminum alloy, trimming off unnecessary bulk while maintaining structural rigidity. The fuel tank features that perfect teardrop profile, slightly larger now at 20 liters to match modern range expectations, but you wouldn't know it from the silhouette. The bodywork carries over the original's sharp crease lines and two-tone paint job. Even the classic Yamaha speed block decals make a proud return, reminding anyone nearby that this bike carries legacy in its veins. Dual expansion chambers snake their way from the engine under the seat to a pair of polished exhausts on either side. The asymmetrical, aggressive, and just asking to scream at full throttle. From the rear, the nostalgia continues. The tail section is boxy and upright, with integrated LED taillights disguised in retro-style housings. The seat is a single flat unit with minimal rise, wrapped in premium synthetic leather that pays homage to the racing saddles of yesteryear. Look closely, and you'll notice subtle updates like a discreet pillion grab strap and high-mounted rear indicators that blend into the design without disrupting the silhouette. Even the license plate bracket is styled to be low-profile, keeping the focus on the twin underseat exhausts that give the RD500LC Classic its aggressive rear stance. Now swing a leg over, and you're greeted by a cabin, or rather, cockpit, that balances function with emotion. The instrument cluster is a work of art. Analog dials for the tach and speedo are framed by a small digital screen that displays trip data, gear position, and fuel economy in a tasteful font. The handlebars are clip-ons, just as they were in 1984. But slightly wider and mounted higher for comfort. Every switchgear component feels solid, tactilely no rattly plastic here. The tank features brushed aluminum trim on the cap, and the triple clamp is engraved with the RD500LC Classic emblem, a small but proud badge of honor. The seat height is 810 mm, accommodating for most riders, with rear set foot pegs offering a sporty but not overly aggressive riding triangle. Yamaha's engineers worked hard to ensure the ergonomics would please riders coming off modern supersports while still appealing to those who own the original. There's even a small storage compartment under the seat, big enough for tools or a phony, a practicality in a package not known for it back in the day. Now let's talk about what makes the RD500LC Classic a true marvel: the performance. This is where Yamaha took some bold, beautiful steps. Gone is the original 500cc V4 two-stroke engine, replaced by a completely new 499cc liquid-cooled V4 designed from scratch. But don't worry, they didn't sell out. It's still a two-stroke. Yes, Yamaha worked with regulators and engineers to develop a compliant, direct-injected two-stroke engine that retains the rasp, the rev, and the rebellion of the original, but with cleaner emissions and better fuel efficiency. This engine produces 90 horsepower at 10,000 rpm and 58 Nm of torque at 8,000 rpm. That may not sound like a lot compared to modern four-stroke leader bikes, but with a curb weight of just 178 kilograms, the power-to-weight ratio is phenomenal. Acceleration is snappy, immediate. The RD500LC Classic pulls hard through the mid-range, and once you hit the power band, the surge is addictive. It's a roller coaster that you control with your wrist. The 6-speed gearbox is slick, aided by a modern slipper clutch and optional quickshifter for clutchless upshifts. The chain final drive ensures power delivery stays raw and immediate. Suspension comes courtesy of Kib with a fully adjustable 41mm inverted fork at the front and a monoshock setup at the rear. It's firm but forgiving, ideal for carving mountain roads or track days. Braking is handled by twin 298mm discs up front with radial-mounted 4-piston calipers, and a 245mm disc at the rear. ABS is standard, but it's tuned to be minimally intrusive, giving you confidence without robbing you of feedback. Tires are modern 17-inch sport compounds, specifically developed to offer vintage looks with cutting,